And now I am also going to share my screen with you all. Okie dokie. Let me move this down, and y'all can see that I don't know what happened to my screen. I call myself doing something slick, but I don't know what happened. Okay. So again, this is applied math for anybody who may not have enrolled in the class yet. The enrollment code is there because your first cool down will be assigned today, and it is in Summit. Okay. So today, we still laying the groundwork. So again, the objective is to assess the prior understanding of, or the student's understanding, that's what it should say, of the concepts used in this unit. So we're going to have a community meeting, short, cute, and to the point. We're going to do a warm up about the shapes of distributions. Then we're going to do a formal review of shapes of distributions. And then our activity for today is going to be the first cool down. You will start it in the class, and because it's going to be due by Friday. So we're just going to do it today, since again, this is our last day of the week. So still around, you know, in the season of eating, our community meeting question: if you could only eat one vegetable for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Greens and spinach.
One. So greens or spinach, which would you choose?
Oh, greens for sure.
Okay.
That's what I said. I'm eating my grandma
broccoli.
Okay, you eating your grandma greens. I hear you.
Yeah, not just
I hear you. That's right. Be specific. You eat your grandma greens. Okay.
Potatoes, because you could do everything with them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Potatoes.
Ooh, yes, versatility. Okay. Well, I don't know, because I was thinking
Cauliflower for me.
See, now y'all got me thinking. I don't know, because I love a potato.
I love a potato too, but you're right. It got me thinking. Cause see, I was going spinach, but you're right. Oh,
vegetables good, but potatoes, you know, there's so much you could do with them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what made me think. Like I might want to leave that spinach and get a potato. Cause you're right. In the morning, I could have hash browns or home fries. In the afternoon, I could have spinach. I could have mashed potatoes or French fries.
A baked potato with some cheese,
or baked
sour
potato
cream.
Yeah. Ooh, you good, potato. But I don't know. I'ma still stick with my spinach because I'm gonna have to think about.
I like cabbage too.
I do too.
Cabbage be good.
Cabbage is the truth. I'm gonna make some cabbage for Thursday.
Yes.
That was gonna be my contribution if we had our family gathering. That was gonna be my contribution, but now I'm gonna just cook it in my house for my own family. But yes, anybody else? Is anybody talking in the chat? I can't. Let me see.
Yeah, I said kale.
Kale?
Yeah.
Really? You would take kale over just straight collard greens? I think kale is a little bitter, but everybody has their choice. I'm not knocking it. I'm just.
Like you said one. Usually I would say kale and spinach, but I say kale.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. So my grandma mixed her kale with her collard greens sometimes.
Yeah.
And it be so good. But kale is like it's different tasting, but it's not that different tasting, but it is like kind of.
Yeah, it's just a little bitter. Just a little bit. But
that's
like
what my grandma be mixing
collard greens, that whole little mixture. All right, anybody else? If you could only eat one vegetable for the rest of your life, what would it be? I might have to come over your house and get me a potato. I'm gonna have to stick with my spinach, but I'm just saying. I agree. All right, and again, just a silly question because we are going into the holidays, and like we talked about in our initial community meeting, it's a lot of bonding that goes on around food. You know, it's a lot of bonding that goes on around food, and a lot of good cooking goes on through this holiday season.
I'm glad we didn't see nobody on the news fighting in the markets and nothing.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think. I think a lot of people, because they didn't know what was going to happen, may have started shopping earlier for the meat parts. Now
Right.
the vegetable parts, people there has been a lot more food sharing. So it's been a lot more like giving away, especially of fruit and vegetables. You know what I mean? So it might that might not necessarily be there, that piece of people like all being in the market at one time, but you never know until when? Thursday morning, girl.
So I'm trying to tell you,
And Black Friday.
we went in there Sunday. It was that market was crazy. We went to 3 different markets, and the markets, out of all 3 of the markets, the market was crazy. Like, you had the one lady, she was fighting over eggnog. Really eggnog? Really?
No, that's something real special. That's real special.
I like eggnog too.
And my grandma be putting the liquor in her and my aunts in the house.
Yeah,
But she don't be doing that.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, eggnog is good. And eggnog really only comes out around this time. So that's why people feel so passionate about it. Because like now you not only can get eggnog, but you can get eggnog ice cream, and you know what I mean? And there are other things, again, that only come out around the holiday season. Because you see, like now you have more pumpkin stuff, you have more spices, more cinnamony stuff, more apples.
Like peppermint bark, it only come out around this time.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so that's a good thing. But yes, eat your veggies, people. Eat your veggies.
Does eggnog consist of real eggs, like in it?
Yes. Yeah.
That's crazy because
and cream. Like if you look at an actual recipe, it's like eggs and cream.
My grandma put real eggs in hers. Like she buy it from the store, and then when she put it all together to make it like a bigger portion of it, she add her own eggs and stuff.
And she add heavy cream.
Yeah, my grandma, she got arm on her, like, and I'm like, she's only in her 70s right now, like 74. My grandma is, but she's so independent. Like she take care of herself so good to the point where like we would never have to put her, like she would never let us. Like she gonna make sure she okay. Just so we don't put her nowhere. Like she's so strong. She be doing all this stuff.
No nursing home for her?
No, she not playing. Like she don't play that. She do not sit around, no none of that. She still drive her car. Talking about she going to church, talking about she going to my Aunt Betty house.
Okay.
Like
that's good.
And then
every year they say that 70 is the new 55 because people, like you said, they are still very independent. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Anybody else on the veggies? All right. Let's talk some math, good people. All right. So last week, we started talking about the shape of distributions. So for the warm-up, I want to see what you remember or what you have in your notes. Using the graphs of workout times of men and women at the right, answer the following questions for each graph. So again, what is its shape? What is the center? And what is the range? Now, I will say to you all, in your notes last week, I misspoke and I want to change it because I don't want it to perpetuate. When we talked about skewed skewed distribution, skewed left and skewed right. I said to you that the best measure of center is the mode. I misspoke. The best measure of center is the median. So please change that in your notes. And if you were not here, when we get to the review slide, it is there, okay, correctly. So I want to make sure, because I was being fast and I read half.
That's for right or left?
For both right and left.
Right.
For both right skewed and left skewed, the best measure of center is the median. It is not the mode. Like I said, I misspoke, being fast, and I want to change that up front. Okay? So you know that means it relates to one of the graphs you see.
Is the last class on YouTube yet?
Yes. Yep. I posted them all last night. I didn't know how to do it before, but Miss Christina taught me yesterday. So all of the classes that we've had thus far are up on YouTube. And I will post this one as soon as I can today. So again, 3 things. What is the shape of each graph? What is the center of each graph? Again, which would be the best measure of center, the mean, the mode, or the median? And the third one, what is the range of the data? And this is merely about reading a histogram. Can you interpret the data? So, timekeeper, I have 9:47. I will give you until 9:55. And let me see who joined us.
It was my Wi-Fi. That's the reason why I left.
Oh, okay. So again, we are doing this warm up. And remember, add to your notes what you will. And sometimes for your notes, you can take a picture. Remember, you can always screenshot, because you'll still be able to go back to it as a point of reference. Okay? All right, I'm going to get some water. I can't, Daisy. I will, though. Oh, all right. And I will say, use the best description of the shape. Okay, Daisy. I will in a minute. understand how the emails come up on here, but I can't see.
Miss Hicks, what we doing? My fault. I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. We are doing this warm up, and we are going to go over it in about 4 minutes.
This on Summit?
No, it is on the screen.
Oh, all right.
Ouch. Stop dating. Crazy cat. Daisy, you wearing me out. You wearing me out, baby girl. I'm sorry, my cat keeps rubbing up against me. Stop it. All right, we're gonna take one more minute and then let's have some discussion on what you see, what you thinking. All right, good people. Let's talk about it. So now, you are given 2 histograms. And what is the difference between a histogram and a bar graph? Anybody know?
By shape, what do you mean? Like, what is the shape?
All right. Last week when we talked about the shape, we talked about three shapes of a distribution. It can be symmetric, it can be skewed left, or it can be skewed right. So when you look at both histograms of the men's workout times and the women's workout times, which shape best describes each? Which best describes, and it could be the same or it could be different. Okay, so again, got a question. What's the difference between a histogram and a bar graph? Anybody know? Think about what a bar graph looks like. And these are histograms. I'm gonna use my board right here because I think you can see it. All right. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second so that I can show you the difference, just in case somebody ever asks you or you are ever required to show. All right, let me see here. Okay. Let me stop the share. Okay, so look at this, just for future reference. Oh, these are bar graphs, and this is a histogram. These are histograms. So, what's the difference?
One is coming from the side and one is going up.
Aside from that, yes, presentation, but what else? Look at this and look at this. What's the difference? Anybody see one?
Yeah. One of them only have two.
No, they all have three.
They do? Let me see. Back the camera up.
Oh,
Some vertical, some
I
horizontal.
can't see.
wait. Oh, can you see now?
Yeah.
Somebody
Okay.
just said something.
So you see how in a bar graph, you have spaces. In the histogram, you see how they're all connected?
Math is annoying. Cause it's
Yes,
like,
by far my
come
least favorite
on, like,
subject.
they be going too hard, like, cause something got spaces in it and the other one together. Like,
Yep, that's the difference. Because I love y'all, I
come
swear.
on, cause I really like.
All right, but the difference is a histogram and what we have, I'm going back to sharing the screen. All right, but a histogram is the data is continuous. So for us, so what this graph is saying is all of the numbers between, there is one number, one man who works out between, let's say these are minutes, so between 40 minutes and 49 minutes. because the man who works 50, there are 2 men who work out between 50 and 59 minutes. There are 5 men who work out between 60 and 69 minutes. Okay, so a histogram is continuous. And the first boundary counts in this group. But the second boundary starts at 50. So this column only represents 40 to 49. This column, 50 to 59. This column, 60 to 69. Here, 70 to 79. Here, 80 to 89. And here, 90 to 99. And then 100 would be on the other side. So just a little difference, again, between a histogram. So because sometimes in standardized tests, they may say draw a histogram. A histogram means that the information, the data is connected versus a bar graph where you have spaces. All right, so let's talk about shape. What's the best description of the shape of the Men's graph? Symmetric, skewed, or skewed left or skewed right? Like I said, the best description.
Can you say that again?
Okay. Would you say that the Men's graph, the best description would be symmetric, skewed left, or skewed right?
Skewed right.
Skewed right means you have a little bit of information on the right side and all of the data, or the majority of the data, is on the left side of the graph.
Okay, well, then skewed left.
So you would say the
I feel like more of the data is on the right side. What? No, the left, really.
All right,
I don't know.
All right, well, but that's how we talk about it. It's okay, boo. But thank you for your contribution. Anybody else want to throw something in the hat? That's all good. Now,
I'm saying, all right.
yeah, no, it's good. All right, so now let's look at this. Oh, I went backwards. All right, so when you look at the Men's graph, this between, you know what? I could possibly agree with you, because we figure, first of all, did anybody count how many people are represented in the graph? Oh, that could have helped you with the shape. So, how many people are in the graph? All right, so I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with you on the skewed left. All right, I'm with you. All right, so let me see. So then that's gonna change our, so then that's gonna change that, which is gonna change that. Okay. Bam. I can go with you. I'll go with you. All right, so ladies and gents, there are 15 people. It's 1 plus 2, so we got 3. 3 plus 5, that's 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. And 14 plus 1 is 15. So each graph has 15 people. And on the men, if we say skewed left, right? So we see this is the mode. So if this is 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 people are to the right side, where only 3 people are to the left. So I agree that the men's graph is left skewed. So see, good money. Stick to your guns, sis.
No, I do, but then I don't like math because it'd be like y'all be saying too many different words at one time and trying to switch stuff up. I don't know. I'm just sitting here and listen. I don't really want to say nothing.
Well, no, but I thank you for saying something. Yes. And again, like I said, good job. And again, we just talk the language of math. We just use math terminology because that's what you will see when you go out into the world. Everything has a piece of math to it.
No, I understand like y'all lingo, but I'm talking about like, I don't know how to explain it, but y'all be going deep. Like, and my grandma calling me. Can I answer?
Yes, go ahead, please. All right, and then when we look at the women's graph, we see the same thing but going the opposite way. So the women's graph was skewed right. Again, the majority of the data, it was kind of looking symmetric for a minute, but then it took that deep dive between 70 and 80 and 80 and 90. Okay, so if I could connect a line and just hit the corners to show the shape of the graph, it's going to go up, come back down, and then it's going to flatten out. Okay, so again, the women's graph is skewed right because the short tail is on the right side. The majority of the data is on the left side. Understand why the shapes are what they are? One is skewed left, meaning most of the data is on the right side, and the other is skewed right. Now, I was kind of going for symmetric for the men, but we can go skewed. Okay, so now from our information, from our notes, if a graph is skewed either left or right, what is the best measure of center? Because they are skewed, the median is the best measure of the center of the data. And lastly, the range. The range is the highest minus the lowest. So for the men, 100 is the highest, 40 is the lowest, and for the women, 90 is the highest, and 30 is the lowest. So they both, one has a range of, right? The men have a range of 60. No, that is incorrect. And the women also have a range of 60. Okay. Again, skewed left. Most of the data is on the right side. Skewed right. Most of the data is on the left side. If the shape is skewed, the median will always be the best measure of center. And when we found the range, we just took the highest minus the lowest. And the range in both instances is the same. Oh, that's good. It's 10, 10. All right. So now, the review. If it is a symmetric distribution, it looks like a bell, and it is sometimes called a bell-shaped curve. And in this instance, the mean and the mode and the median are all the same. So if you have a symmetric distribution, it does not matter which measure of center you use because they are all the same. If it is skewed right, the tail of the data is on the right-hand side. It is called a positive skew. And on that tail will be those things that would outlie. So that means anything, somebody asked about outliers. An outlier is any value that's greater than the mean if it is skewed right. And the median is the best measure of center. If it is skewed left, the tail is on the left side. It is a negative skew, and the outliers are on the tail, and they are less than the mean. And again, the median is the best measure of center. So that should be in your notes, again, with the change about the median being the best measure of center if the data is skewed left or skewed right. Now, the activity, and we're going to start it now because we have about 8 minutes. In Summit, the topic is making claims with histograms. It is the first cool down, so it is your first graded assignment. Remember, your grades are green. That means that your answers are sound and you are ready to move on to the next topic. If it is yellow, you will see that I will highlight what I am questioning, and then I will ask you another question to help pull out the answer. So let's say you said that the shape was symmetric. I will highlight symmetric in yellow, and then I would ask the question, are both sides even? Okay? Or I would say, if it is symmetric, both sides would be even. And again, just to get you to think about, well, both sides aren't even, so it can't be symmetric, which would make you look at the other two shapes. Okay? It is due by Friday, November the 27th. So that is this Friday. And no, you do not have school. But it is just to let you know that I will begin looking at them on Saturday. So if I look at it, if I go through on Saturday and it's not done, you will see that it will be red when you go back and check your Summit. Otherwise, like I said, it will be green or yellow. If it is yellow, that means you have to revise it. That's what yellow means. And again, I will have some lead questions or some guide questions on the things that I am questioning. But this is what it looks like. And it is the 2014 New York City criminal forfeitures by amount. New York City District Attorney's Office. I don't know. I'll read it. Let me go to, I'm gonna exit this. I'm gonna still keep sharing my screen, but I am going to go to the actual page. Bam. Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger. So this is what the cool down looks like. Okay, so the New York City District Attorney's Office, seized over $46 million in monetary assets through criminal forfeiture actions in 2014. Most forfeitures were for amounts less than $500. So Again, they gave us a histogram. And again, everything is connected. So from 0 to that first line, so that's 0 to $249. Because while you see $500 increments, the line that is not marked is $250. So remember, from line to line, you don't go to that amount. You go to the dollar amount before it. So the first column is for 0 to $249. That's 37.9% of the forfeitures, because you see it says were amounts under $250. So the first bar is 0 to $249. The second bar is from $250 to $499. The third bar is from $500 to $749. The fourth one is $750 to $1,000. Okay, so that shows how they are the increments. So you are going to tell the shape of the figure of the distribution. What would be the best measure of center, mean, mode, or median? The spread is, again, we use the range for our spread. And then there are no outliers. Okay, so for everybody, there are no outliers. But you will be able to click into this document and type. So when you open the document, just double click or click one time on the line, you will be able to type. And then in number 2, you are using the information in the graph to support your claim of true, false, or not able to determine. So you have 3 claims. The first one, most times the police captured money. It was in amounts less than $500. Is it true, false, or you are unable to determine with the information that you have, meaning coming from the graph? Second claim, the police captured between $1,250 and $1,500 4 times in 2014. True, false, or not enough information to determine. And then lastly, the median amount captured is between $250 and $500. Again, true, false, or not enough information to determine. And again, you are using the evidence from the histogram to back up your claim. So that is, again, the first checkpoint. It is due by Friday. It is in Summit. And that is the end of the class, darlings.